I've already got cooking because I was recording via the camera, not working. Now the onion you want cut small. I'm also cutting the eggplant relatively small because I don't want it to go to waste. This is just a basic Chaumein, like you get in a restaurant or a fast food Chinese place, I don't know. It's a fast, easy dinner that's healthier than what most people would probably eat. Got the onion cooking. I'm going to put some more onion because I like that. And these are tiny. Now you want your onion cut into little pieces. If my hands are a little shaky, it's because I drank too much mate. A little bit of oil in the pan already. Pan's hot. I'm going to put a tiny bit more oil because it's burning. And you want a little extra oil for when you cook the noodles with everything. You want them a little bit oily. You can use sesame oil, which is recommended for these recipes, but that's a strong flavor for us, so I don't use it. Also, it's expensive. I got the eggplant, on average, takes about 10 to 15 minutes to cook, and better to have it covered to keep the moisture in. You'll see the rice noodles haven't even been going 5 minutes and they're already about there. Let's see. Now, that's already done. So I want to drain these because they're already actually a little further than I'd like. So you gotta keep an eye on the rice noodles so that they don't overcook, and you want to drain them well. And you just set this aside. I know they're okay. Now for the eggs. I like to use 3 because we like eggs. But you can use, depending on how many you want, you can use however many eggs you want, really. I've done it with 4 if I'm extra hungry, but usually I do 2 or 3. The recipes do call a little bit, there we go. Tiny bit of soy sauce for flavor. Pepper. Where's my grinder? There it is. Soy sauce. Pepper, obviously. Now you don't want to put salt in this part because the soy sauce is already so salty. This is my chopstick collection. And you don't want to just mix it. You know, break apart the egg yolks, mix it with the soy sauce and everything. It gives it a nice flavor. You can use whatever soy sauce you want. Kikkoman, if you're in the US, obviously is the most popular common one, and it is an excellent soy sauce. I don't use that here because we have many Chinese shops, so I buy whatever is in the Chinese shops and cheap. Obviously this is a very dark soy sauce, but it will mix with all that. Let's check on the eggplant. You see it's changing color. And it smells good. You want the eggplant browned. As it browns, it gets softer and tender. Also, it takes away the bitter flavor. Turn down the heat. You want this on medium heat for cooking the onion and the eggplant. You can also do this with chicken, beef. I don't know about fish. It depends on the fish you have. I wouldn't recommend it personally, but if you like fish enough, you can use that. Pork. We don't eat pork because it bothers our stomachs. Really, whatever protein besides the eggs, you can mix in with this. You can also add sweet and sour sauce, Thai red sauce. It works with just about whatever. But this is just the basic chow mein with eggplant. Also for this, if it looks like it's cooking too fast, you can add a little bit of water. There. If the eggplant seems like it's burning, you add water to help keep it moist. Also, you can also do this with zucchini, and it is delicious. Yeah, it's a dish that you can throw in leftovers if you have them. If you have a leftover rotisserie chicken from the grocery store, pull that apart, throw in the leftovers towards the end, obviously, because it's already cooked. If you have something already cooked, like leftovers, whatever protein you have left over, throw it in at the end and mix it in with everything, and it will be delicious. At this point, I say it's ready to add the egg mixture to your chow mein. So you just want a clear space for that and dump it right in there and let it fry. I'm going to turn up the heat because obviously the eggs you want cooking faster. And I don't like to waste any. I'm just going to scrape it all out of it. There. Now you want to wait for the bottom of the egg to cook up a little bit. Just a little, it cooks quickly. You don't want to let it get brown. You want the egg to stay loose and then mix it in with the eggplant, the onion. Like you see, it's still too early. It's just the base is starting to solidify. You want it solid and liquid. If you start mixing it too soon, the egg breaks down more and it doesn't look as tasty. You want like a scrambled egg, fully cooked scrambled egg texture. I know some like their scrambled eggs runny. I don't. I've never understood the point of making runny scrambled eggs. I'm going to start pushing the eggplant into the egg mixture just so it all cooks together and mixes well. Because I'm impatient. Now, if the pan isn't getting hot enough, because I have an little electric that doesn't get hot enough, I'm going to use my gas, which I love. Behind me. I'm going to use my little gas stove because I want this to get hotter. Gotta be careful so that your stuff doesn't fall. At this point you can do a higher heat to fry up the eggs. If the heat's too low, they stick to your pan. I don't recommend doing this at home because obviously this is danger. Now, don't use your camp stove unless you're camping, obviously. You see, the eggs are already cooked. Now I'm going to throw in the rice noodles. Tiny bit of oil for the rice noodles so they don't stick and they fry up. Just a tiny. This is the point where you want, if you like the flavor of sesame oil, it works well with the rice noodles. And you want more fire, more heat. Like, because if you go to a Chinese restaurant, you see they've got these giant woks with a blast furnace going on underneath. They cook their delicious food that way, and for that it's so hard to copy it at home. You see, it gives the cooking with the soy sauce, gives the noodles that brown color. Sometimes they'll mix the soy sauce in with the noodles to give it more flavor, more dark color, but that puts a lot of salt and does sometimes overwhelm the flavor of the noodles. You want to keep stirring so none of it burns, because this will burn in seconds if you leave it unattended. You want to keep stirring it, get everything mixing together. You can do that if you want to get fancy, but I personally prefer to mix it with the spatula to get it all even. You see, the noodles will start turning clear as they cook, and that will also give them the best texture as long as you didn't overboil them. You see here? That's the color you want the noodles. Not all of it. You want that varying texture in the noodles, because otherwise they start to stick together. And that's about it. And there you have it. A basic chow mein. Fast, easy, healthy.